campus of the University of Southern California, the actual campus footprint is pretty small. So this is a relatively dense university where the buildings are relatively large and they're relatively close together. There are some green spaces on campus that are quite attractive, but I just want to point out this big tall building in the back. That's a classroom building primarily, and many stories high. And then if you come around here, this is one of the libraries, and then you can see one of the dormitories here. It looks a little bit, we were joking, it looks a little bit like a Holiday Inn or a Days Inn. Multi-story buildings to house a large student population. I think that the important thing to think about when you're deciding about whether to attend a large school or a small school is you do want to think about what that means in terms of facilities and the kinds of places where you'll be taking your classes. At a small school like Occidental College, which is not far from here, you're going to have much smaller buildings and much smaller classrooms, of course. And the dormitories are not going to be as large, they're going to be a little bit more intimate. But I think the other thing to think about in terms of going to school in a city is that Los Angeles especially is really not a city as many might think of in other parts of the country or certainly abroad. It doesn't really have a center. There is a downtown which is very nearby, but pardon me, Los Angeles is really an amalgamation of very different communities. So you have Pasadena, where you have Caltech, which has its own town life. You have the Claremont colleges that are in Claremont, California, much more suburban, still part of the urban area here. And then you have places, really nice places to go hang out, like Santa Monica. Has, again, its own neighborhood feel. You do end up staying on campus most of the time, no matter which campus you choose to attend. Whether it's a big campus of 18,000 undergraduates and 23 or so thousand graduate students, or if you're going to a small liberal arts college like Occidental. Either way, you're going to be spending a lot of time on that campus. So as you're making a decision about where to attend, you're going to think about what kind of facilities, what kind of community, what kind of intimacy, what kind of neighborhood you really want to spend your time in for those 4 years. I will make one caveat, however. Remind yourself that really you're in school only about 30 weeks out of 52 weeks a year. So 22 weeks, they're basically going to kick you out and make you go home or get an internship or live somewhere else. So you really are only thinking of just a little bit more than half of the year will you be on a campus. So clearly, Southern California, awesome. This is January, beautiful weather. If that's what you want in a January, that's really cool. But remind yourself that it's really only 30 weeks out of 52 that you'll be on a campus. Choose the kind of environment that's right for you.